Welcome to TV Glimpse, your recap channel. In this video, Better Call Saul, Season 6. The first part of Season 6 ended in an incredible way. If you don't remember exactly how we got to this point, don't worry, we'll help you here. This amazing season begins with a flash forward where we see the police seize all of Jimmy McGill's assets, also known as Saul Goodman. Where a glance to the past seasons appear where a tequila cap is seen from when Jimmy and Kim make their first scam. After Nacho lets the hitman into Lalo's house, he escapes and is helped by Gus to find refuge in a motel. Meanwhile, Juan Bolsa lets Gustavo know that Nacho was responsible and the main culprit for Lalo's murder. Although we all know that this is a lie, so Juan Bolsa put a bounty on Nacho's head. In this season, Kim is more adventurous and has a thirst to destroy Howard's career, or at least get the Sandpiper case over before it's time. We can see how little by little Saul and Kim make the master scam to incriminate Howard. The first step is to plant powder similar to cocaine in Howard's locker room for Howard and Cliff to find. We already know that Lalo is one of the most fearsome villains in the world of Breaking Bad, but what he does in this episode is incredible. Everybody thinks that Lalo is already dead. Lalo arrives at the home of his tenants, Sylvia and Mateo. He kills the couple and then moves Mateo's body to his home so that everybody can identify it as his, while Lalo communicates with Hector and lets him know that he is still alive and that he thinks Gustavo was responsible for the attack. Hector advises him to find evidence so that the cartel believes him. All of this with a little reels and a few rings on the bell. Gustavo's men replace Nacho's safe with a duplicate, into which Mike places Nacho's cash and a fake ID, along with an envelope. Mike is one of the few with a good heart in this world of violence, and he decided to remove Nacho's father's ID. Gustavo and Bolsa promise Hector that they will avenge Lalo, but Hector, on a shame behavior, convinces Gustavo that Lalo is still alive. Bolsa opens Nacho's safe where he finds an envelope with bank details and a motel phone number, obviously implanted by Mike. Bolsa orders the cousins to capture Nacho in the motel, but somehow Nacho manages to escape. Gustavo, tired of all this, orders Mike to take Manuel, Nacho's father, as a hostage, but Mike refuses. The second part of Jimmy and Kim's master plan is to convince the Kettlemans that they have a chance of winning a lawsuit against Howard for malfeasance and cocaine use. They go with Cliff, but he rejects them. Kim forces the Kettlemans to keep quiet. After the truck that Nacho uses to escape breaks down, tired of running away, he gets a phone and dials his father to say goodbye. He then calls Gus and offers to surrender in exchange for his father's protection. I really think Nacho was always in the wrong place at the wrong time. At the same time, prosecutor Susan connects the dots that Jimmy knows Lalo Salamanca and tries to persuade Kim to turn him over. Gustavo manages to get Nacho to enter the United States illegally, and they come up with a plan to absolve Gustavo of the guilt of Lalo's death. Huel helps Jimmy to get a duplicate of Howard's car keys. While Mike observes Gus, Nacho, Bolsa, and Hector, Nacho confesses to having killed Lalo with the help of the Alvarez cartel. In one of the strongest scenes of Better Call Saul, we see how Nacho is tired of his life and prefers to commit suicide instead of fleeing. The fourth step in the big swindle, Jimmy pretends to be Howard, steals his car, and picks up a prostitute at a motel, while speeding on a street in front of a coffee shop where Kimmy was meeting with Cliff. Then Jimmy throws out Wendy, all this to make it appear that Howard uses prostitutes. When Kim leaves Wendy, she realizes that she is being followed. Saul realizes that being Lalo's lawyer has made him an outcast for court favors, but popular with criminals who want a lawyer. After losing his office at the beauty salon, he decided to find a new office. Kim notices that they continue to follow her and confronts the man in the car. Mike reveals that they work for him and that Lalo can still be alive, and that is why they are following her. Meanwhile, Gustavo uses a tunnel between houses as an operation center, all of this to look for signs of Lalo. Kim decides to hide her meeting with Mike and the information about Lalo. Meanwhile, Jimmy hires Francesca as his assistant. Kim gets the name of the court that is going to arbitrate the Sandpiper case. Cliff confronts Howard about his use of cocaine and prostitutes. This makes Howard realize that Jimmy is after him. Howard challenges Jimmy to a boxing match in which Howard wins, and hopes this will end his dispute, as he asks a PI to start following Jimmy. Gus hides a gun in a bulldozer on the site where he plans to build his meth lab. I think this is going to be important in the next season. Lalo somehow arrives in Germany after following Werner's widow. Everything to get information about what they built last season. He walks into Margaret's house and finds a sculpture with a seal on the base that was a gift from Werner's construction crew. Howard's PI reports that Jimmy and Kim maintain a normal routine except for a $20,000 withdrawal. While Jimmy and Kim get a drop from Dr. Caldera, Jimmy and his camera crew photograph an actor posing as Ron Casimir, the mediator in the Sandpiper case. Cliff invites Kim to a meeting with representatives of a foundation that funds projects similar to the ones she does on a pro bono basis. Unfortunately, the meeting is in the same day that they plan to execute the last step in the plan against Howard. Jimmy encourages Kim to go, but then runs into Casemiro, who recently broke his arm and is wearing a cast, which doesn't show in the photos they took. Kim cancels her date and returns to help Jimmy. Lalo finds Casper, a member of Werner's crew, but after attacking him, he prepares to interrogate him. On the day of the Sandpiper conference settlement, Jimmy and Kim go to great lengths to get a photo of Casimiro in his cast and pass the photo to Howard's PI, where, plot twist, the investigator works for Jimmy. Howard ingests the drugs through the photos and starts with heart palpitations, sweating, and all the symptoms of a drug addict. Poor old Howard goes through a great deal of embarrassment when he mistakenly accuses Casimiro of taking a bribe, and the master plan was successfully executed as Cliff and Howard are forced to settle for less than they wanted, ending the Sandpiper case. Lalo, back in US, watches the laundry where Gustavo is building his laboratory. Believing that Gustavo monitors Hector's call, he falsely says that he will attack Gustavo that night, which causes Mike to redirect all security to protect Gus. After the biggest embarrassment Howard has ever experienced, he confronts Jimmy and Kim at his apartment. When out of nowhere, Lalo comes to the apartment trying to question Jimmy and Kim. Tension starts to rise as Kim pleads Howard to leave the apartment, which Lalo responds by shooting Howard the temple, and ending the first part of the last season. For me, this has been the best season of Better Call Saul. We can wait any longer for the end of this great series. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment which was your favorite part, as well as possible theories and endings of this series. Remember that the next part is the last, and that there will be guests of honor. Thanks for watching TV Glimpse, the recap channel.